Adam turns to his shadow side to achieve his goals, and Chelsea is angry about being warned off by Chloe. On today's episode of The Young and the Restless, Chance cautions Victor, Nick expresses his gratitude to Sally, and Kevin discovers a shocking discovery. Adam and Kevin argue in the park regarding the direction of the inquiry. Kevin is not interested in Adam offering him moral advice. The Newman points out to him that Michael is no longer the district attorney and hence cannot help him out of any sticky situations. Because he is naive and trusting, he makes for an excellent scapegoat. He can also count on no assistance from Victor. Kevin believes Adam is plotting to use him to exact revenge on his dad. That will be happening. Kevin is adamant that there would be no fallout because no cover-up was attempted. It's pointless for him to continue as there is no ground to be broken. When Kevin leaves, Adam picks up the phone and informs someone that he has a job for them to do. Victoria goes home and tells her mom that the group lost sight of their goals, but that they are back on track now. She claims the corporation will expand and become more powerful than ever. Several potential purchases have already caught her attention. Nikki understands the logic, but she's concerned about how soon it needs to be implemented. For Victoria, the best chance of personal recovery lies in the success of the business. Nick stops by Sally's office to give her the news that the case involving Ashlyn's death is now closed. We've reached the end of the road. She thinks his family must be relieved. To not be in the thick of things deciding what to focus on is a welcome relief as well. Someone with fewer morals than her could have taken advantage of the situation. Therefore, he is grateful for her restraint throughout. Sally cautions that Adam has often tried to gain access to her personal information, but she has always refused. Nick appreciates her help in this area. To have her ex try to control her like that disgusted her. Nick isn't shocked by this development. He knows that everyone who gets close to Adam is in for an unpleasant awakening at some point. Chloe, who can't stop talking about him, told her that. Nick expresses his appreciation to Sally for the details and is then invited to stay for the video conference. Victoria and her mom go online at Victoria's house. The Newmans give rousing speeches about how they'll be able to handle anything now that Nick's on board. They have discussions on coordinating their efforts and ironing out the finer points. Victoria claims that all employees are full of brilliant ideas and will play crucial roles in the sweeping transformations the organization will undergo. Nikki finishes her appointment and then informs her daughter that she was made for the internet. Sally and Nick, back in Victoria's office, are impressed by how well she handled everything. He brags about his tough sibling to her. She feels foolish for accepting Adam's depiction of her as a princess in need of constant pampering. She knows that she is a fearless military leader who inspires her troops. Nick leaves, stating his gratitude for her addition to the team. Victor is pleased that Chance has closed the case and praises him for it at the ranch. That's not something Chance thinks is essential, and he makes it obvious that he disagrees with his father in actions. Laws, yes, he broke the law, and it's important that it be examined to the full extent of the law, but there were mitigating factors. The police officer agrees that justice has been done, but reminds Victor that he cannot break the law without consequences. Chance will make sure he is punished the next time he goes too far. Victor feels guilty since he should have been cautioning Locke about these things while Locke was still alive. He expresses unambiguous joy at Locke's passing and claims to be free from guilt as a result. Chance finds that very unsettling. Victor empathizes with him and promises not to further complicate matters. Chance is worried that having Victor in jail will be devastating to the family, and he admonishes him, saying that if he's not going to worry about himself, he should worry about them. He will no longer defend him. As he prepares to leave, Victor politely requests that his son-in-law present himself. Chloe and Chelsea have a fight at the dive bar because she likes Billy and she doesn't like Chloe. Chloe is afraid that something similar may happen to her as it did to Ray. They obviously had more than a platonic relationship. Chloe may not be able to have male companions, but Chelsea quickly points out that she is. Chloe was genuinely concerned for her and in no way implied that she was plotting to destroy Ree's marriage. Though she was on the rebound from the evil one, it was only natural for her to develop affections for him as her knight in shining armor and very hot. She is probably feeling very alone now that Ree is gone. Chelsea can't believe she actually believes this about herself and is shocked by it. Chloe is merely trying to keep her in perspective by warning her that when Billy puts on the Abbott charm, it's easy to lose sight of reality. Since she is in a weak position and Billy is a bucket of charm, it is crucial that she be on guard. Someone with sanity should stop Chelsea from jumping off the cliff. Chelsea points out to her pal that she, too, has a history of losing touch with reality. Adam watches from afar as she frantically chews on a straw. Chloe tries to change the subject, but Chelsea is having none of it and makes it apparent that she does not appreciate Chloe's insinuations. After they both calm down, they decide to have a conversation. When Chloe leaves, Adam comes over to Chelsea and says how intense their conversation appeared. She first pokes fun at him for being alone, then mocks him for being bored. Adam says he liked her show because of how she criticized Billy's inflated sense of self-importance. She says that Billy has decided to stop doing the podcast because of his busy schedule. She should start her own podcast, he says. She doesn't think they'd click, but he feels she's underestimating themselves. Sally overhears Adam encouraging her to give the podcast a new spin and make it her own. For some reason, Chelsea just can't seem to get back in her stride. Connor is a sensitive youngster who can tell when anything is alright, so Adam hopes she isn't talking to him like that. He suddenly leaves after receiving an SMS. Nick confronts Victoria about her absence from work when the two of them run into one another in the park. She freely says she is holding out until the buzz surrounding Locke dies down. Acquisitions, debt, and leverages are discussed after they reflect on the productiveness of the online meeting. She gets the impression he isn't sold on her strategies. He prefers to take things slowly and suspects that the recent haste is motivated by more than simply business concerns. Victoria boasts to her sibling about how much self-assurance she's gained thanks to his encouragement. Victoria has complete confidence in Nick to always have her back after he rescued her from Ashland. She considers him the best brother in the world and is excited about spending time with him. Nikki describes Victoria's fantastic video chat to her husband at the ranch. Since Victor was on the line, he is aware. She has been wondering if he agrees with the path their daughter is taking the business. He was quite impressed by her performance and is pleased with her boldness. It troubled him that she might have lost self-assurance as a result of Locke's presence. She has brought the family closer together, and he admires that. Nikki feels optimistic about their future together as a family since they are more resilient than ever. Except for Adam, he specifies, he represents an ongoing challenge for Victor. Even though it wasn't his fault, his kid would never forgive him for abandoning him as a child. However, parents should raise a glass to their daughter in her honor. He yells, "The Newmans are back," with excitement. As Chloe enters Crimson Lights, she is taken aback to hear Kevin on the phone to the police, reporting that his car was broken into and his laptop was stolen. As soon as Adam checks into his suite, his henchman Lucas, Aaron Schwartz, arrives with the computer. Since Adam is only after the computer, he lets him retain the bag. He's grinning as he holds it.